thank you to my sponsors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate love everything that you guys do. Chioli Fitness, much love to you. The personal trainer, Althea SU, certified licensed personal trainer. She comes to you. She can do remotely. Just give her a call. 954-655-9000. Yeah, man, it's the same person that do the massage therapy. She come to you and do the massage therapy so she can put your muscles in pain and she can soothe them too. Chioli Fitness, changing your lifestyle will change your life. Give her a call. Tell her Kevin Stew sent you. 954-655-9000. Thank you to McNeil Trucking. With McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands. They're licensed and insured movers in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from point A to point B, don't have the manpower, don't have the vehicle, don't have even the first thought, how are you going to get it done? Give them a call. 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands. And thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment. Reggae Global act as your booking agent, handle your tour management, take care of your artist catalog, take care of your business registration, legal service referrals, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Give them a call. 954-804-8199. That's 954-804-8199. Or check them out at reggaeglobalentertainment.com or reggaeglobal.com. Tell them Kevin Stew sent you because nobody else is there for you to go to. Now, all the business is taken care of. I have the big man waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, my secret ingredient for today, the one and only, may be imitated, cannot be duplicated. Raul Blaze.
Hello, thanks for having me. Good night.
Blessings, brethren. Blessings, 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 blessings. Welcome to Reggae Global Radio and the Saturday Stew. Yo, this has been a long time coming. Yeah, and we're so grateful that this moment can happen right now in this space at this time. So, Raul, I first saw you on social media, and
Yes.
I thought it was crazy what it was that you were doing, because outside of doing this little skit thing and talking in typical Jamaican vernacular patois, you went off and started doing some other things and some languages that, yeah, I'm familiar with them, but don't ask me what they're saying in them. Talk to me about you getting into entertainment and you with these multiple languages. What's up with that?
I think I'm naturally I'm a naturally entertainer. I people find me entertaining. From a very young age. I do suffered from some kind of self-esteem issues and confidence issues for a while. So my entertainment thing was natural. Wasn't at the forefront. My dancing, of course, was something I did, and even though white people used to celebrate me as a dancer, I was dancing more so of as a way to lose myself in my own feelings and my own emotions that I'm processing, you know. So that was like therapy for me. Before I knew I needed therapy, I was dancing. And also, people found me very, very funny. I'm like, I didn't know I was, but people found me funny. But my first entertainment part from the longest, even though people know me as a comedian, you know what people call me. I've been dancing long before that. And the good thing I'm very thankful for, I was one of those all-rounders. So even though I was a dancer, I was gifted with a decent enough brain. And the languages came as any regular person. I didn't have any special privilege or exposure. My Spanish was the first thing that came to me in first. So I'm in high school. I went to Glenmere High School, and even though I was a smart kid from I was young, but when I was in high school, I wasn't functioning like to match my academic potential.
Okay.
But for different reasons. But no matter how many subjects I fail, I always get an A in Spanish for some reason.
Okay.
And in hindsight, someone looking at that now would have said, boy, you're gifted. But you know, back in the day, your parents don't really have them hindsight. She busy, mother busy in her work, or 3 boys she have. So she would notice that in Jamaica we not that exposure to many languages. But basically the other languages came along. When I left, I keep on doing Spanish. When it's time for go 6 through Spanish. When it's time for do A-level and Cape, a Spanish me do again, and then by the time I go UE now, me do want a major to sign up for, because you know, so you have to try to go university.
Right.
Me never know more, so I pick a Spanish major. So my first degree, I don't think many people know that beyond my goofiness, I have a degree in Spanish literature, Spanish language and literature. So I do speak the language fluently. And most of the books, I've read more literature in Spanish that I've read in English. But
really?
Because I had to. Yeah, I've read more Spanish books than English books to the fullest, yes.
Wow.
And then now the other two came in now. When I was in UE, there were people in my Spanish class who were doing French, but I couldn't do French at that level because that required a prerequisite of CXC French, and Glenmere never have CXC. So what I did to CXC French, what I did was I picked up beginner French, but in order to make it a major or minor, I would have to pay for summer school. I didn't have the money for summer school. So I just did first year French, and then when I couldn't get any further, in second year I joined, first year I joined the French Society of the University of the West Indies. And that was where I practiced my French until I became the vice president. I might have been the only vice president of UE French Club who wasn't doing a French major or minor. I wasn't doing French at all. It's just going to French club and doing beginner French in year 1 that got me here. And then final 2 now, wow. Portuguese, in my last year when you leave university or high school, you want to get one free elective and another space. I just throw in Portuguese, but the Portuguese professor always knew my paper because whenever I forgot the Spanish, the Portuguese word, but just
use a Spanish word.
Yeah. And finally now the Japanese came from being one of the participants in the 2011 grouping of people who went to Japan on the Japan exchange and teaching program. So I lived in Japan for how many years? For too long. And that's how the languages came about.
So English, Spanish, French, Japanese, and Portuguese.
Yes.
My goodness. You know, all right. So the Spanish and the Portuguese, I can kind of get because it's kind of close.
Yes, very close.
But the Japanese and maybe the French to some extent,
yes,
because the Latin roots, you know, it kind of takes you back to those 3. But the Japanese, Bridget, you read Japanese too?
I can read enough Japanese to survive, and I can write it. I can read and write enough Japanese to live there fully. Because when I went here in my first year, I lived in a place called Toyama, and Toyama is nowhere. It may be and you can take the overnight bus go Tokyo, or you can take the 2.5-hour Shinkansen. Shinkansen in English Japanese means bullet train. Shinkansen. Okay. You can take the Shinkansen. When I just moved to Toyama, they were building the Shinkansen line, and I always tell myself, I'm gonna stay in Toyama until the Shinkansen line done build. I only stayed in Toyama for 2 years, and the year after I go back there, go visit the Shinkansen line done. But I lived in rural Japan, and I had to learn Japanese because I'm a very private. Even though I'm very public, I'm a very private person.
Right.
And when you go to Japan, you get an English teacher, Japanese English teacher, who takes care of you when you do your bank account, or if you're sick, to carry the hospital and so. And being an accident-prone person, I was tired of Kaino Sensei get up our bed at night time to come carry me to the hospital with me lick off my bicycle and something. So Mr. Raul, I gotta learn some Japanese now, man. And me, my foolish self, in my midst of learning Japanese, I took up this very, very cheap Mandarin class. And when I go to the class, it's a Mandarin class for Japanese speakers. So the lady was teaching Mandarin in Japanese, and I'm somebody who not speak Japanese. But however, out of all the people in the class, even though I missed the grammatical explanation, I could figure things out. Out of all the people in the class, the lady always commended me for being the person who pronounces Mandarin best. So that is one thing I wish I had learned, but I didn't learn it. But my Japanese came about from living in rural Japan, in Toyama, Japan, and a cold day. And so, I mean, if a guy is a supermarket or a doctor, I had to speak Japanese. So living in rural Japan helped my Japanese. If I live at Tokyo or Osaka, I wouldn't speak Japanese as how I do now.
All right, so I'll tell you this: the Reggae Global family extend everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Have people that have hailed us from Israel, Japan, Peru.
Yes.
Pretty much you can say hello to everybody. In fact, go ahead. Just say hello to everybody in all the languages that you speak. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. I'm Raul Blaze. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me on this interview. Appreciate it. Wagwan to people. I'm Raul. Sita Wagwan, Raul Blaze, representing Reggae Globe, right?
Reggae Global Radio, yes.
In a Reggae Global Radio. Hola a todos, soy Raúl y estoy en la Florida, en los Estados Unidos. Y estoy diciendo hola. Estoy en un programa que se llama Reggae Global, Radio Reggae Global. Bonjour tout le monde, je suis Raoul. Et maintenant, j'habite en Floride. Maintenant, je suis dans le programme qui s'appelle Reggae Global Radio. Merci encore une fois. Is it morning now in Japan? Ohayou gozaimasu, minasan. 私はラウル・デイビスですけど、なんか、今レゲエグローバルラジオの、インタビューしています。はい、よろしくお願いします。Maybe so anything? I don't remember.
No, all I catch in that is, hi.
Hi, yeah. We always, with our Japanese people, especially like men,
Yes.
mid-aged men always start with a yes, with a hi. Like before saying things like you said, all right then, you know what I'm saying? Hi. So stay, like you say, all right, so and so. So
Yeah.
start with a yes. Hi.
Hi.
Nice.
The Japanese massive. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Yes.
Yo, so you say you are a bit of a private person and self-esteem was a challenge for
Yeah.
you.
Yes. Yes.
But yet still, here you are
Yes.
as an entertainer, a comedian, a dance instructor.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Yes.
you said dance was a thing that took you away, that allowed you to kind of express yourself. But now
Yes.
you also, as a part of your dance catalog or your dance background,
Yeah.
you teach
Yes.
Zumba classes.
I do. I teach Zumba classes at LA Fitness. I'm on a break right now. I took a break. Just to. I'm also very hoping. You see, my Jamaican hoping to an H in the word. I'm also very open about me living with depression, and I use my platform to I try to normalize mental illness as much as possible.
Right,
So
right.
I'm on a hiatus right now, just taking care of myself, you know.
Yes, yes.
And during this time, I'm not at LA Fitness for now. Even though the lady them me give them a number and every day, "Rob, when are you coming back to LA Fitness? I miss your class." The other lady come, but they don't dance. And I'm like, oh my God, come back, please. What did we do? I'm like, you didn't do anything. I just, you know. And some of them I didn't answer. But I'm not doing Zumba right now. However, I do. I'm gonna return. I do some online classes now, but in the interim, I'm gonna be searching for studios and locations in Broward. Cause Broward the thing there, anybody Broward the thing there. In a Palm Beach County, nothing to go on. So when I move, when I get back into dancing and so, I'm planning to do some more.
And when you come back to the video,
Oh, sorry, my brother was just called Comedian Brother House. When I come back, I plan to continue my classes that I used to do down in Margate, and I call them Afro Reggae Soca Aerobics, because my classes are a mixture of 3 dance forms: Afrobeat, reggae, Afrobeat, dancehall, and soca.
And this is the one that you did in Margate.
Yes.
Right. So those in and around the Margate area, you get first dibs because you can show up to the class first. But
Yes.
you're gonna have to find out where it is and when it is.
I'll post
Which
it on my
means
page, yes.
that y'all gonna have to start following Raul. But we'll tell you that in a
Yes.
minute. We'll tell you that in a minute. So,
Yes.
in addition to all that,
Mm-hmm.
with all your shyness,
Mm-hmm.
not only do you dance and entertain by way of comedy
Yeah.
and these
Mm-hmm.
skits that you put out on social media, but
Mm-hmm.
you are also a broadcast host.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
My show, I'm also on hiatus from the Raul Blaze show. No, but the Raul Blaze show is something similar to yours. The Raul Blaze show is a program that, so it's like everything you see on my social media page. It's that, but in a 2 hour setting
Yes.
where I do connection with the Caribbean diaspora. I'm gonna have to learn Creole now because I have a huge Haitian following from the one time I did a video about the Haitian mango that went viral. And people, I go to the gym and they say, "Hey, my mother in Haiti sent me your video." I'm like, "What?" So so the Raul Blaze show is on Streaming Hub Radio, Streaming Hub, and I'm got to have to invite you on, and maybe we could do something.
Yeah, we were
Streaming Hub is
talking
in
about it.
Sunrise, Florida.
Yes, yes.
And it was predominantly about it was a positive, and it was positive entertainment that educated, inspired, people from the Caribbean. And I also on Wednesdays on the show, I tried very hard to have like half an hour or 45 minutes of the Wednesday show was dedicated to teaching people and students some of the languages that I know.
Yes.
I put that in my program.
Yes.
But I found it very hard. You're a broadcaster, I found it very hard to get. I have a large following, but I don't have a large supportive base.
Yeah,
And
the participants
I find
are
it
few
very
and far
hard.
between. Yes.
Yes, and I find it very hard. It saddens me that not just on my radio show, but even on my page, because I do culture, but my content is predominantly edutainment.
Yes.
And it's so sad that there's not a huge market. The market for education and clean content isn't as huge as, say, a program about gossiping about somebody or bringing down someone. So
True.
the Raul Blaze show was a package of Caribbean excellence that sought to inspire and educate. But I'm
Yes.
also taking a break from now. But it was a wonderful experience, and now I know what it's like from the other end, where you are sitting now. I'm like, I haven't been interviewed in a while since I took a break. I'm like, whoa, this is what it feels like to be. I'm like, this is what my people feel like when they come in the studio. So
It's a good thing I don't
thank
do
you so
interviews.
much.
It's a good thing I don't do interviews. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't consider them to be interviews. We all are reasoning. That's what we do.
Yes, yes,
No, ever since the day we met, we've been reasoning whenever we got together, and
yes.
which was a day with this in the making, and of course with the longer version of this being the night shift, where we get deep down into who Raul is. It's important that you mention taking care of self and even with awareness with mental health.
Yes.
I think I'd mentioned it to you. I've hosted National Alliance on Mental Illness Broward County's
Yes.
annual fundraiser for the past 2
Wow.
years, and this year I'm hosting again. So
Wow.
I'm gonna remind you about it. I'm gonna have to drag you out there with me,
Yes.
and this is down at Nova University, and it will be October 8th, I believe it is.
Okay.
That Saturday. So, but I'll tell you some more about that. But it's important that we understand what it is that people are going through in the background. People will
Yes.
see you on social media and see the antics and
Yes.
the Mango Chronicles and the hot potty story and
Yeah.
and the porridge mix up, the porridge council.
Oh Lord. Hey. Yes.
How do you come up with these skits?
Oh my God! Like these particular skits. So basically, my comedy, my natural propensity to do comedy
Yes.
is steeped in sarcasm and satire. And if I were to do comedy for myself, my market in terms of my Caribbean audience wouldn't be as huge, because even the porridge thing I did today, it was a skit for people of different levels of intelligence. I know this not, when you say intelligence, people feel disrespected, but we have different intelligence, you know.
Yeah. Call it as it is.
My mind is super fast.
Yes.
And that comedy on the surface, a lot of things I do, and people see them later on. I tell people that maybe later on people go back and watch my skits,
and then they'll catch
it. A lot of skits I do, there's a surface joke, but then there are levels. The porridge one was a social discourse on class and race
and classism and racism. Yes,
classism and racism, and shade. And then when sometimes I get disappointed when people don't get the brilliance of it and they just get the surface. But that's how artists are. Artists, we do things for your interpretation.
Yes,
but we kind of feel upset when people don't see the way you planned it.
Yes.
So I'm just very thankful to be someone who can conceptualize things in a second. Even between this interview, I've planned 3 skits in my mind while talking to you already. I've done 3 skits, and I realized I've always thought that this was what everyone could do, but as I grow older, I realize that it's a gift, and all of this is kind of pushing me toward what I really want to do, and that is write. I have multiple plays sitting on, but unfortunately, when I do my auditions, I don't get people turning out. So I'm going to do the same steps. I'm going to start with plays which are very funny and very, colloquial and down to earth. But eventually, when I build my audience, I want to write something very, very. I want to do something different, like Benicio del Toro or one of these directors and filmmakers who do pieces where, like, we have levels, because my mind works in levels. And that's the only way I could describe it. I don't know how I come up with them, but I know if someone say write a skit right now about and give me the topic, I can write it within half an hour. So I don't know how I do it, but I'm very glad that I can do it.
The first time you did one of your skits, was it in school, or you were just going along about your business and just put on a persona?
Sir, back in Glenmuir, I was involved in this program back in the day where like when back, I don't know if they're still doing it, but in high school they usually teach about HIV prevention and awareness and something like that.
Right.
So whenever nurse would have a group of people who act for her, and then now we get to skip school for half of the year, skip maths class. And go to Maypen Parish Library, go perform in front of somebody at MP or some other school.
Right.
So I was involved in that, and but the reason why I wasn't involved in more like stage stuff, because my nerves, even though whenever people book me to perform on stage, when it comes to comedy like stand-up, I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm funny naturally, when I get on the stage and I see the people, me kind of get nervous. One thing I'm good at is emceeing and hosting, because when I'm emceeing and hosting, I know that it is not necessary or imperative that I am funny. But being funny comes as a part of being an MC, and when you're an MC, you can get to show not only your comedy skill but your dance and things. So
right.
I'm trying to get myself into the whole. The more I MC, the more comfortable I feel on stage. But the first time I did one, I did thing on social media. I think I was still in Japan in 2016 or 15. I did something, and people said, "Why not do it?" And then me just think about it. And then 2017 or 18, me start the more. But I said Japan was the first time I took up my phone and I said, "Hey, me do something funny." 2015 or 16.
Did you plan for it to be funny, or did it just turn out to be funny?
Me did plan, because the first one was about when Jamaicans said in their own corner,
Yeah. And I can't reach it.
It's there already. So I think I was planned. I planned for it to be funny, but I think if it wasn't funny, I think like may have some, like when they're around people or people I'm comfortable with, my face naturally do some, me have some natural expression where we just make people bust out a laugh. Cause me just see, me just say something like, you know, me just have some natural face expression and people dead. You know, so yeah.
You ever get asked the question, why are you looking at me in that tone of voice? And you don't know how exactly it is you're looking at somebody.
Yes, because I'm also a person who I can't hide my way how I feel about someone if I look at them. And I try hard, but I can't do it. And and I also have learned to say what's on my mind because I find it easier for you in a life if somebody know exactly what you think about them. You know?
Yes.
You know,
yes.
when you go around and think, when somebody know exactly how you think, life easier. You know, if you bother with it, hey, you know, say no.
Not putting on the show.
So, yes. So I can look on somebody and give them a full paragraph in just 5 seconds.
Is it because I have been in your physical presence? You know, when you say something like that, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But in the midst of all that, there's a serious side to Raul.
Yes.
And a very human, normal, quote unquote, normal side to Raul.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very. Go ahead.
When is it that people see that the most?
I think when I go out and people expect me to be like Raul Blaze, and they see me say, "Oh, but you're not getting a joke." I'm like, I'm also very awkward when I see people recognize me. Don't know what to do. Me must set in a picture. Me don't know what to do when people recognize me. Feel so weird. Me say, "Oh, me don't know what to say." Well, yeah, me like video. Okay, thanks. Me don't know what to do, and I'm working on that reaction. And then when people meet me now, and then first of all, the first thing, people walk past me and look at me so they say, because apparently my height doesn't come off well on social media.
Yeah, you're a tall guy, just so that the people know he's pretty tall. I look up to him easily.
Yeah. So it's whenever people see me and them see me tall and say, "Whoa, you know, you never expect that." But I'm a regular serious person unless I have to be Raul Blaze. I'm just Raul, you know. And then when the music start playing, you know, I'm somewhere in between Raul Blaze and Raul because then I can't control myself. No matter how I say me shy, if music I play and my dance music I play, and me happen to have a Guinness in me and I can drink half it immediately and jump on the dance floor.
Yes. It's over.
It's over, yeah.
So, all right, you're on a little bit of a sabbatical from the Raul Blaze show, from the dance classes.
Yeah.
Is there a timeline on that, or it's just?
Yeah, I get that question a lot, and I appreciate that question. I think I want to say by mid September the latest. I want to get back things pumping because Miami Carnival is coming up, and I'm one of the persons. I have to big up Miami Carnival because they are the people who see my talent, and they have commissioned me to do some videos for them. Miami Carnival is coming up, and even though I am on a sabbatical, I still want to show that I'm still employable, you know, and stuff. So I'm gonna be more out there in the last 2 weeks of September. I'm doing the videos, in my dance videos, and try to build with the hype of Miami Carnival. So I would say around mid-September, I would love to be back where I want to be. I spend my time now, apart from tutoring my private classes, I'm not going to the gym. I spend my time doing my 10-minute workout, and I just do 10-minute workout per day in the backyard with weights. And then I put it upload on YouTube so people can go and do it 10 minutes per day.
Right.
And I call it 10-minute workout by Raul Blaze. So if people want to go on YouTube and them not have enough time for workout, them can always go on. If you don't have 10 minutes to work out, you not going to have no time for workout ever in your life. So
True that.
So right now I'm doing my 10-minute workout, and that is what is also providing me with therapy. And by recording it, it's some kind of catharsis, because whenever I feel the kind of pain and that comes with living with depression,
Yes.
I express the workout is an art, that which I create from that, and it's also therapeutic because it's therapy for me, and it's also therapy for people. So I'm encouraging people who live with mental illness to try the 10 minutes, because when you have a depressive mood or in a one state, your body is telling you to sit down. But
Yes.
if you can get up for that 10 minutes and start move up and down, me just commend you, because after those 10 minutes, they'll give you enough endorphins to make you at least be okay, until couple more days. So and one thing I realized with depression and other mental illnesses, whenever you have something to look forward to, it helps.
Yes.
So I'm trying to do it structured as possible. So I would say mid-September.
And I ask you that because of the work that you're putting in for your self-care. And it's not like you can actually put a timeline on it per se to say,
No,
I'll be done working on this for, but just where you are with working with you, if you had set a type of timeline to that for when you want to get back out there. That's why I asked you the question like that.
Yes.
And I'm glad you did talk about that openly too, and willing to share that, because people people assume things. Not that I'm one of them, because I'm going to reach out to you directly.
No. And if I could control the timeline, I would say no while talking to you. I wish I could do that, because there's so many advances, and whenever I get mature and I understand I'm trying to understand more how my depression works. I like, wow, if in hindsight, maybe I would have gone to medical school. I would have done psychiatric, because I would have loved to be one of the persons who studied this. As someone who deals with it, yes. I think it would have given me some kind of insight. But I still read a lot about. I don't read a lot. People are surprised. I'm more of a person. I listen. I will watch something and just dump in my brain. But I, because of my ADHD, I can't sit down and read a book. But when it comes to my depression, I read enough about it to understand about it, and I realize the slow advances, albeit advances, that are being made in when it comes to depression and mental illness.
Right.
But you can't predict it. Sometimes the woman like me okay and like me filter come in and make la one. Make a nice big something, ice cream and ice cream, favorite music, and feel to come and say, Jesus, where you go back. But then I say work,
Right.
Go and come and my episodes go and come and it feels like, and it's uncontrollable. And for those people who are on meds, who go the route of meds, my best advice is when you feel good and feel like everything is okay, that is this misleading. It's no indication for you to come off your meds, because the time where you take for your bill of meds, if you come off your meds, if after 1 week you still feel good, so things say okay. But when you come off and the residue just all the residue goes away, it's going to take you the same amount of time to build back up. So for about a month or 3 weeks or whenever it took to build it up, you're going to have to go through turmoil for them. So if it's that you are, if it's that you seek a psychiatrist and it's medication that you're on, stick to it until you have better medical advice. And if you find ways to deal with it, like therapy, to cope with it, whether through art or whether through physical fitness, keep doing it, because it is unfortunate, but it's one of those things. Whenever people say it is what it is, it kind of mean nothing. But when it comes to depression, and say it is what it is, and you have, unfortunately, you have to just live with it, because there's a cure or anything, So you live with it and you live your best life, and you use to inspire people.
Yes.
Me use it. All my skit, no matter all of my skit, them are coming from one very, very dark and hurtful yet creative space. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it also helps to create. So, yeah.
Well, I hope those that are going to be looking at your skits now will start looking at it differently.
Yes.
Because to know that where it's coming from, it changes the whole dynamics of it. Now, with that in mind, I want you to tell people where they can go and find your skits, because no, this is, people that don't know Raul Blaze going to have to find you somewhere.
Yes.
So where do people find you?
Oh, that was you asked the question.
Yeah.
You can find me if you search Raul Blaze, Raul as in Raul, Blaze as in fire. You can find me on almost any platform. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Once you search Raul Blaze, you'll see my videos coming up. And if you search Raul Blaze and you see somebody who do a workout class, and me. If you search Raul Blaze and see somebody who do a multilingual class video, on me. If it's Raul Blaze and see somebody who do a Louis Vent, on me. I do many things. I'm multifaceted. So I like one-stop shop. You go and get everything. You go shop and get the palm meal, your big gila aisle, your one stick of butter, your tomatoes. That is me. You can't shop with everything in it.
That's right. Hey, Raul, I appreciate love you taking the time out to hang out with us so that we can get to meet you, bro. Because
thank you. Yeah.
Some people see me share the thing and they probably just look at it and get a good chuckle and move on. But hopefully now, those that are listening in and hearing a little bit about who Raul Blaze is, they can sit down and know, instead of looking at it, watch it. Instead of hearing it, listen to it.
Listen.
And thank you for that little bit of insight, that little bit of extra something.
Thank you. And
I appreciate love you, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope to connect with you again. Okay?
Yeah, man. Connection live, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man. All right.
We'll talk. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
You too. Respect everyone who's listening. Bye.
Much love.